True believers, it's your old pal Spider-Man back again for another shaving video. We're continuing on with the Shaving Cadres theme month using Mystic Water soap and doing the alphabet. So today we're on O. I'm going to be using vetiver and Oakmoss. Two of my favorite scents. It's kind of a little bit dark, a little bit musty, a little bit woody. I just like it. And then I'll be using my SorrentinO brush made for the legacy members of the Shaving Cadre. Really want to encourage everybody to pick up their Mystic Water soaps and use them this month as we spotlight one of our awesome vendors, artisans. And if you don't have any Mystic Water soap, go out and get some. Really good stuff. And I believe most all of you probably should have gotten your stimulus checks today. I know I did. So, use some of that money to support some of your artisans out there. I know especially like Mystic Water, you know, a lot of their income comes from working the markets circuit and selling at street fairs and farmers markets and things like that. And those are not happening right now. So a lot of that source of revenue is not there. And I know, you know, if they've got fans, then they're going to be placing orders anyways. But it's all the passersby that never heard of them that give them a try and discover new things. And, you know, they're missing out on those sales. So if you like a soap or a vendor, try and use some of that stimulus money to help them out. I mean, obviously too, use that money to shop local as much as possible. Support your local economy, especially some of the mom and pop shops, little restaurants. If you like them, support them and help keep them in business during this time where they're not getting the normal walk-in customers. Everything's takeout, and especially if you'd be going out to those restaurants anyways, take this time to order some takeout and support those businesses. All right, so today for a razor, kind of going back and using some razors that I haven't used in quite a while. And this one is the Bali. You can pick these up at like Maggards for under 10 bucks. I think I bought them when they were on sale for like $5. Very comparable to a Gillette Super Speed. I'd say it's slightly more aggressive. A little bit more blade feel. I mainly wanted to revisit this razor to see how suitable it would be for a beginner razor for like my sons who haven't yet started shaving, but probably will soon. Honestly, it's a little bit too aggressive in my taste for giving to somebody with skin that's never been shaved before. So probably go with the Gillette Tech as their first razor. I was thinking that these were milder than they are. The soap just shaves so well. It's nice and slick. The scent's nice and strong. It's not overpowering, but it is about as strong on your face in the lather as it is in the tub, which sometimes soaps get weaker when you lather them, and sometimes they get stronger. This one's nice. It just stays the same strength pretty much. So I'm really trying to do some spring cleaning, but it's not happening. Part of it's the weather. We had a really nice couple of days early spring where it got up into the 70s. I think it even got in the 80s for a couple of days, and it was looking really nice. And then it got cold again. And man, when it's cold, I don't feel like doing anything. And today I think it's getting up to like 50, which isn't bad, but it's still not that. I mean, I'm probably still gonna open up the windows a little bit, but it's still not that open up the windows and get that nice spring breeze in, and just kind of makes you feel like cleaning. I'm horrible about motivating myself to do anything like that. But when that weather hits, that just makes me feel like cleaning. The slickness really just helps this razor go. Got a little pimple or blemish right here, and I just nicked it. I don't know where it came from, just showed up a few days ago. You know, the shaving cadre just got done with the anniversary boxes. There's two different levels. I think the first level, which included a lot of soaps and the new cadre brush, which is right here, and then all the TSC swag, like the stickers and I think the CBL soaps, the mug, a bunch of other things. The first level sold out. The second level, Didn't include a couple of the soap sets, didn't include, I don't know, the brush, a couple other things, but it was mainly a lot of the TSC swag. Those didn't sell out, so they're going to be selling that extra stuff kind of piecemealed out. So if you didn't get in on that, there is still a little bit of stuff left. I might get some backups of some stuff, especially the CBL soaps that were in the box. They're really, really good. All right, we're gonna see. Hold on, I'm gonna shave. I'm gonna grab my Allen block real quick, just kind of wet that and see if that'll help stop that bleeding. Looks worse on camera than it does in the mirror. We're gonna rinse this off. Of course, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of witch hazel, like I always like to. And then finishing up, got a aftershave picked out to go again with the O theme. It is a scent by Avon, and I would say try to guess what it is, but if you looked at the opening screen, the teaser pic, you already know what I'm using, so we're going with Avon Oland. It's kind of a dark, smoky, leathery kind of scent. I'd almost say a little bit more leathery than smoky. Kind of in the same vein as Pinot, or Pinot, as it's technically pronounced. I think most people pronounce the D, but in French it would just be Pinot, which it is originally French. Anyways, their Special Reserve is kind of in the same wheelhouse of scents, so if you like that, this Oland is some really good stuff. It's pretty strong, carries a while, as do most of the Avon aftershaves. I love them. You can buy them, pick them up pretty cheap at antique stores, thrift stores, most of the time. Some people, excuse me, do sell them for quite a bit, upwards of $10, $20 a bottle, which is ridiculous. But oftentimes you can find them for just a few bucks. I've bought several bottles at like $1 each. And some of them are big enough to have 8 ounces of aftershave in them. So that is a super, super good deal. Some of them are smaller and they've only got like 1 ounce in them. I'd say the average is in the middle, 5 to 6 ounces. Yeah, if you can pick those up for $1 or $2 a bottle, or even anything under $5, you're doing pretty good on Avon. There's a lot of wild country out there, which is very similar to Pinot Clubman. So if you like Clubman, then Wild Country is a great scent that you can get. But they're all vintage. They're all older. So they were all made early on, 60s, 70s, 80s. Most of what you're going to find is these special shaped bottles, and those were mostly 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, maybe early 90s, before they started to phase out those different shaped bottles. And back then, they just made aftershaves better. They used better ingredients, and it was just a better product than a lot of what's being made today, honestly. Especially commercial. Artisans are doing their own thing, but I'm mainly comparing that to commercial products. The scents last longer, and they just hold up really well, even over time. I mean, it's alcohol based, so you're going to be everything is pretty well preserved because it's all stored in alcohol. So unless it's been kept in the sunlight or kept in the heat, even they're 40, 50, 60 years old, they're going to be just fine. So if you haven't explored those yet, go out to an antique store when you can. I mean, obviously, we're probably not going antiquing right now, but you can find them on eBay. You're going to have to pay shipping, so on eBay it is a little bit higher, but if you got a particular scent that you're after, sometimes eBay's the best way to go, because finding them out in the wild, Avon made like 20 different scents, maybe more, of aftershaves. And so some of them are a lot more rare. They just didn't make as much to begin with. So a lot of what you're going to find is just those more common scents, and finding some of those rare ones, some of your favorite ones like the Island Lime, really, really good. Probably one of the best limes ever made. That one's kind of hard to come by in the wild. You got to go through a lot of bottles before you find one. So sometimes eBay is your best bet for that. But check them out. Definitely worth it. Giving a couple of them a try and see if you like them. I'm Spider, and we'll see you guys on the Shaving Cadre. Enjoy your shaves. Later.